So all of you be seated. I hope you can hear me properly. So this is an interactive session which will cover most of the uh, practices of the current month, and you can also ask anything that you want to know. Whatever I can explain, I'll explain to you. So we'll start with the prayer. All the sequences for this month we'll try to cover up in about 1.5 hours. Whenever you can join, but be attentive and spend time properly with a lot of focus. So we sit with the back straight. I inhale, take the arms over the head. Exhale, bring to heart center. Closing the eyes, take an inhalation. This month, the starting prayer is different. It is Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha. So I will not be sharing the screen. Okay. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tatsavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् Inhale, take the hands straight up to the center. Exhale, bring the hands down to the sides. You don't have to essentially practice with me. You can observe or you can do along with me. Either of that is fine. But idea is to learn more than doing. I'm turning because I should be visible to you. You don't have to turn. Starting with the shaking of the legs. I keep the hands back of the body and shake the legs in front. So I'm covering all the loosening practices of this month. And we will do Chandra Namaskara, few rounds. Also, asanas will complete. After shaking for some time, I keep the legs together. Hands will be there only. Inhale, point the toes. Exhale, point it back. Inhale, front. Exhale, back. Inhale, front. Exhale, back. Inhale, front. Exhale, back. One more. Inhale, point the toe. Exhale, pull back. Then rotation of the feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 1. If you want, you can practice along with me. 2, 3. Rotation of the feet. 4, 5. Then, while inhaling, keep the hands by the hips. Okay, we are bring it on the side of the hip. Exhaling, left leg bent, touch chin on the knee, catching the shin bone. Release, right leg, release, left leg, release, right leg, release, left leg, release, right leg, 3 times each, release. Bend your left leg, catch bottom of the thigh. So when you catch, the hand should be close to the knee. Don't catch it very low. Catch it little high. Then inhale, stretch the leg up. Exhale, bend it. So while doing this, don't straighten the hand like this. See, I will show you a wrong technique. Now if you do this, not effect properly. See, I straighten the hand instead of keeping it there only. So that is wrong. Try to straighten it up and down like that. 3, down. So then only the leg will stretch. 4, down. 5, down. So don't do this way. Okay. Release that leg. Bend the other leg. So I'm mentioning the common mistakes. Catch the toe. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend. 2, bend. A lot of observation is required. 3, bend. 4, bend. Relax your mind and practice. 5, bend. Release. Okay. Now left leg fold and cross it over the right thigh. So it should cross the thigh to the other side. So don't keep it on the thigh. So this is on the thigh. This is crossing the thigh. Catch it with the hand and rotate the ankle. 1 with your right hand. 2, 3. Try to observe the ankle. 4, 5. Reverse. 1. So what is required? 2. Mindfulness. 3. Mind on the action. 4. What is happening on the leg? You have to observe that. 5. Then you have to keep that leg close to the navel. See how I did it? It was here. So what did I do? I took it close to the navel. So I kept it, the heel close to the navel. It came on the thigh. The feet came on the thigh. Did you see that difference? Then kept the hand back and shaking that leg. 1. So this is a butterfly on one thigh. 2, 3. So I'm not lifting the other side buttock like this, just keeping it flat. 4. Do what you can with awareness, you have to do. 5. Then catch that toe with the same side hand. Inhale and try to straighten that leg, whatever possible. It may not become straight, don't worry. 1. If it becomes straight, well and good. 2, 3, whatever possible. 4, 5. Now, did you observe how did I hook the toe? I'll show you again. You can see how did I hook the toe. See, this is the big toe. This is the second finger. So I took the first two, the index finger, middle finger, put it in between the first fingers, hook the big toe only. So that's how you have to hook it. Okay. Exhale, keep it down. Other side. Right leg fold, cross over the left hand. Cross it over. Catch the toe, ankle rotate. 1, 2, keep rotating. 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now keep that leg also close to the navel. Hands back. Flap the right thigh. 1. So did you observe the difference between two positions? The first position was here for rotation because you have to clear the ankle. Second position is different. I kept it into the body. 4 and 5. Now hook that toe. Use these two fingers. Hook it. The big toe only you have to catch and then straighten that leg. Whatever you can do. 1, you can take this hand as the backside support so that you can lean a little back and straighten this leg. All these are techniques which you have to use with observation and learning. Then exhale, keep it down. Now fold both the legs to the groin. So I'll turn this side so that you can see me. You don't have to turn. You just have to observe and stay in the same direction if you're doing it. Then here, try to flap both the thighs at the same time touching the toe. Now when you do this, don't sit with back rounding. Observe my side view. So if I do this like this, what will happen? The lower back, this lumbar section, L2, L3, L4, all this will start bulging. And what will happen? It will damage the lower back. So when you do this flap, like this, you have to straighten your back. Don't sit like this. If you flap like this, it will damage the lower back. You can see how I took the chest up and now I'm flapping. Did you observe the difference? So keeping the back erect, try to flap your thighs. Avoid doing this way. Sit up. After some time, I release both the legs in front. So I finished loosening legs, hips, groins and all. Now I'm going to the back. So bring the hands in rowing position. So take an inhale here. Exhale, row forward. Inhale, pull back. Okay. Exhale, front. Inhale. Observe my toe. Exhale, front. When I go down, the toe comes to the kneecap. When I go back, the toe points. Exhale, front. Inhale, back. Exhale, front. Inhale, back. Now change. One. So the hand movements are front and back. Two, three. Bring your hands front and backwards. Four. I'm actually pulling the oar of the boat. One more time. Five. Now spread the legs. I'm turning, you don't have to turn, okay? You don't have to change your directions. You just have to sit same way. I'm turning because I don't have space. There is a wall here. I spread the legs to almost a V shape, nice V angle. Then interlock the hands in front. Take an inhale. Exhale, go to the left leg first. Then rotate to the other and come back. Like that. Two. So going down is exhale, coming back is inhale. Three. Four. One more round. Five. Now I change. One. Opposite side. Two. Same breathing I have to take. Three. When I go down, I'm exhaling. Coming is inhale. Four. One more time. Five. All the 10 rounds over. Now fold the legs and bring it to Sukhasana. So this is sitting cross leg. If you find it very tough, you can use wall support or keeping the legs in straight position. All is fine. Now those who are good at doing this, try to keep one leg on the other thigh. So I'm keeping the right feet on the left thigh. Okay. Then keeping the back straight. Then bring the arms in front. Fist close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open. Drop, palm drop, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. One more, down, up. Close fist, rotate wrist. One, two, without dropping the hand. Three, four, five. Change. One, two, three, four, five. Hands to shoulder. Straighten the arm. Fold, straight. Straight. Fold, straight. Please mute yourself. Fold, straight. One more. Fold, straight. Now fold your arm. Touch your elbow front. Touch it together. Then rotate. See, it is going up and back like that. To see, observe the elbow. Where is the elbow? It is going above the head level. So like that you rotate. Three, upwards and backwards. Four, see, muscle is touching the ear, the hand muscles, arm muscles. Five, opposite side. One, two, three, four. Don't do too fast, especially children. Five. After that, interlock the finger. Inhale, stretch the arms to the sky. A nice backbone length has to come. One. Stretch your arm upwards. Two. Three. Four. So even if you complete your breath before the counting, stay till the counting is over. Five. Anyway, you have to go along with the group. Exhale, hands down. Hands in Dhyana Mudra. Now,
Shiva, can I ask one question here?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, you can ask. No problem.
Ranuja here.
Yeah.
Yesterday when I was doing this, in Sukhasana, I was having problem straightening my hands to the top. So can I do it in Vajrasana?
कीजिए, कोई problem नहीं. So ऐसे, instead of sitting like this, the folded leg backwards.
Right.
You can do it, no problem.
Okay.
So after this is done, and so next day when you do is, see, today I kept my right leg on the top, correct? Now when I do the next day, what I have to do? I have to keep the left leg on the top. So remember, like Monday this side, Tuesday this side, like that, keep changing so that both the sides, the knees will become flexible. Those who are good in Padmasana, you can do full Padmasana like this, because now the left is on bottom, right is on top. Next day when you do Padmasana, change. So I have to keep the right leg first, then the left leg on the top, like that. Carefully, don't hurt your knees and all. Lotus posture. So keep on changing so that both the sides will become equal. Then unlock the legs. You don't have to turn. I'm turning so that you can see me. Okay, you don't have to turn. Hands back, shake your legs again. Resting the head back side. Lift the hand. Now after this, we will do the neck rotation. So put your chin on chest. Close your eye, rotate the neck. One. Sare sare. All the sides. Two. Even if you take 3 rounds, it's enough. 3. There is no need to go very fast. There is no need at all. 4. So that judgment you should take. 5. जितना होता है उतना करना है. Abhi opposite side. 1. If you get any pain on the neck, any side, you don't have to do too much. 2. Even if I count 5, you can do 3. No issues. 3. Especially children. 4. Because they are always fast. Children know they don't slow. That is a problem. One more round. 5. They want to do everything in 1 minute, everything khatam. They want to finish. Don't do that. 5 rotations are over. Okay, 5 plus 5. Now, so this is also in loose knee only. Now fold your legs to one side and come to cat position. All of you know that cat position. So in cat position, what are the important things? Your knee should be apart. Your hand should be apart. You can do your feet like this or like this. Both are okay. If you find there is a problem in the knee, this is better. Okay. If you don't have any problem in the knee, this is better. So see the rule changes. Okay. But don't keep this way. Not. So all the distances should be forearm. So if I put the arm down, it will almost be like a forearm distance. All the distances. Between the hands also forearm. Between the knees also forearm. Between the feet also forearm. 5 times we will do Marjari. That is cat and cow breathing. So inhale, head up, tailbone up. You can see the middle of the spine will be down. You have to push. Look at your eyebrow. Exhale, reverse it. So here also I have to push, but the back will become rounded. Inhale, 2. Look towards the ceiling through the eyebrow. Push the ground. Exhale, reverse. Rounding the back. Inhale, 3. Look towards the eyebrow. Push the ground. Don't dip your neck like this. Keep it up. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Look up through the eyebrow. You have to look up. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Look through the eyebrow. Stay there for some time. Breathe. 1. 2. Push the ground. Elbow will not bend. 3. Look through the eyebrow. 4. Chin up. 5. Exhale, reverse. Round the back. 1. 2. Chin to chest. 3. Look towards the navel. 4. 5. Inhale, look straight in front of you. Exhale, lift your knees up. Go to mountain. So just lift your knee, it will go to mountain. Stay there. 1. 2. Keep on making your back concave. 3. Push the ground. 4. Keep on improving the concave back. 5. Walk forward. One step. Inhale, head up. You have to lift the head up. Only head up. So look at your eyebrow. All of you look at your eyebrow. Head up. Now exhale, head on the knee. Touch your head on the knee. Now inhale, stand up. Take your hands sideways up, sideways. Join your palm at the top, look at your thumb. Exhale, put your hands down. Okay. Relax. So that completes all the loosening practices. How many people are there? I'm just checking who are the participants who came. So that Priti, Divya, Akshan, Sanchari, Sridhar. Okay. Tanmay, why don't you stop? What are you doing, man, Tanmay? You sit one place now. Sit in one place. Why you keep on walking here and there, here and there? Sit in one place first. So now you completed all the loosening practice. Any other doubts anybody has got on loosening practice, you ask. Otherwise, I'm going to Chandra Namaskara. After Chandra Namaskara, whoever I had sent some comments to many people. So whoever out of them, whoever is available here, I will talk to regarding whatever suggestions I have made. I will cover it during the practice, okay? Okay, one of the things, I think you are there, Saksham. Are you there? Are you available? It comes in the loosening practice.
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Yeah. So I want to just give a small correction to you. Is that forward lunging when you do? So I think little correction, not a major one. So I'm going to show you that correction. So you are taking one leg up, one leg in front, like this, right? So,
yes, sir.
So here the back leg need not be like this. So then the chest will not see. If you keep the back leg like this and bend, so then it will be like you're while bending you're doing like this, and while coming back you're doing like this. You're doing like this. So don't do that. What you do is it's a lunging practice. So the front leg is facing front. The back leg will be angle. It need not be this direction. It will be half that angle, half like this. So here, when I bend, the heel will come up. When I come back, it will go down. That's all. You will see that there is no change in the direction of my back leg. Down, up. See, down, exhalation, up, inhalation. Down, exhale, inhale. So just correct it. I think you are doing something like this. Down, up, down. So this is not there in lunging. So lunging, keep this back leg little angle so that you don't have to keep on changing that leg. This is what I observed from your practice.
Sure.
Did I mark anything else for you? Is it difficult?
No, sir, it's not difficult.
Okay.
I can correct.
Yeah, it's a small correction because when you lunge forward, generally the legs don't move. That's the only correction which I wanted to make. Okay. Other things next week I will tell when I observe during this week.
Sure, sir.
Now I'm going to Chandra Namaskara. If nobody else got any doubts further. So I start from Samastiti. There is no place for me this side, so my hand movement may not be correct. I inhale, take both the arms over the head. Exhale to heart center. So many of the people see the heart center. This is heart center. So don't keep this way. Okay, so keep the heart center here. So this is the heart center. The children, they keep like this. Tanmay and all, you are doing like this and all. I don't know what is the problem. You have to stop all these things, okay, especially children and all. While the practice is going on, don't do other things. You have to bring the mind to what is happening. Stop the distractions of the mind. You cannot, at least during this 1 hour, completely cut off. Avoid doing other things while practicing. Very important point. So now, starting prayer. Take inhale. Together. Hiranmayena patrena satyasyapi hitam mukham tat Tvam pushanna pavrano satya dharmaya drishtaye. Inhale, open the eyes. Exhale, look at the nose. So I do 2 rounds of Chandra Namaskara. I will explain also wherever it is required. Mostly you observe. When you want to do, you can do, but observation is more important. Ekam, inhale, raise your arms and stretch it back. Dvi, exhale, bend forward. Trini, left leg back, inhale, hands up. You can see this is Anjaneyasana. Chatwari, exhale, hands down. Pancha, inhale, other leg back. Straight line. Shat, exhale, go down on the mat. Knee, chin, chest. Sapta, inhale, chest up, sleeping dog. Ashta, exhale, back. Nava, left leg front, inhale, hands up. Dasha, exhale, hands down, other leg forward. Ekadasha, inhale, bend back. Dvadasha, exhale. There is no mantra. Now I will do the other side, second side. Ekam, inhale, bend back. Dvi, exhale. Trini, right leg back, inhale, hands up. Sideways hands up. Chatwari, exhale, hands down. Pancha, inhale, other leg back. Shat, exhale. Go down. Sapta, inhale, chest up. Ashta, exhale. Nava, right leg front, inhale, hands up. C shape. Dasha, hands down, exhale, and bring the other leg. Ekadasha, inhale, stand up. Dvadasha, exhale. So these are the 2 rounds I did. Any doubts on these 2 things? I mean, in Chandra Namaskar.
Sir, I wanted to check when you you say C shape.
Yeah.
Can you just demonstrate as to how that C shape is coming?
Yeah. So when you are here, so many people what they do is from here they take a short step like this. Now here, if you see, it's almost like a kneeling position. So when I lift the hand up, I will not get proper stretch to the back. It will come like an L shape. So what I have to do is, when you take this leg back, take it a little longer. So this the front of the thigh will take a inclined position. See, this thigh has become inclined. It's an angle with the ground. Now I get the strength of the back leg to make my body C shape. Did you see? I'm trying to make a C shape like this with my hips front, the knee inclined, the thigh inclined, and the arm back. So I'm trying to make you can see that C shape, no? With my leg, body, and the arm. So try to get that push to the front. This push, shin perpendicular, the hip comes front, arm goes back. Like that. So don't do this way. So this is not C shape, this is almost L shape. Right? And this is C shape. I hope I'm clear.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
So that is a good question, Divya. So try to get that. See, careful, okay? Whatever possible. See, the problem with that L shape is when you do like that, the kneecap will injure because the full load is coming there. But when you do this, weight shift to the front and the back, everywhere it distributes. So the knee will not get much strain. That's one important point of Chandra Namaskara. This is the major difference between Surya Namaskar and Chandra Namaskar. Then, any other question regarding moon? This is what you are doing is called moon salutations. Now, who are the other people I had messaged? Some people I had messaged. Anybody whom I had messaged yesterday or today? Anybody is there in the class? Then please speak up so that I can explain whatever I had observed and wanted to correct yourself. Mahesh, Sridhar, Kriti. Kriti is there. Kriti, you are there? Are you there with me? Can you come online? Kriti Wadhwa. She's not there. Okay. So whenever you come online, then I'll explain to you. Okay. Now, so any other doubts regarding Chandra Namaskara? Otherwise, I go to so this Chandra Namaskar, moon salutations, we'll be doing 10 times. And in the end, we have 2 rounds of Ashtanga A Surya Namaskar. So I'm going to show you Ashtanga A Surya Namaskar. One round I will show, then we'll speak about it. So see how I keep the hands. Whenever you stand, you should stand tight, not like this. So I know some people they keep their hands loose. Try not to do that. Keep it straight and strong and stable to the position. Now Ashtanga A. Ekam. Inhale, arms up sideways. Join the hands and look at the thumb. Dvi. Exhale, bend forward, taking the arms sideways. Bend your body. Trini. Inhale, head up. Just lift your head up. So you have to look at the eyebrow. Chatwari, step back both the legs, exhale and go down. Like that. Pancha, inhale, lift your upper body. Shat, exhale and lift the back. Now you have to stay there for 5 breaths. Observe my body movements. 1 breath is over. See the focus on the breathing. Two breaths are over. Filling the lungs. Three. Full consciousness. 4 breath. 1 more is there. 5 breaths are over. Now, Sapta. Step front both the legs. Inhale, head up. Head up, head up. Ashta. Exhale, head on the knee. Nava. Inhale, hands up, sideways, stand up. Look at the thumb. Exhale, hands down. So what did I do now? Anybody who's there? It is called Ashtanga A Surya Namaskar. A. There are 2 types, A and B. Next month, B will come, like that. So what are the main differences here? One is there is no back bending in standing. In Chandra Namaskara, we took the arms for upward and bend back. No, we did this. But here it's upward stretch. So the arm will go sideways, take it up and stretch up and look at your thumb. That is Ekam. While exhaling, bend forward, taking the arm sideways. So see how the front movement happens. See, this is one important point many of the people are not doing correctly. So when you bend forward, you have to bend like a bird, diving bird. Observe this. Whoever is in the class, please observe this very important point. So I'm little off the camera, it's okay. My feet may not be visible, no problem. So how did I bend? Just observe my forward bend. Now, how do I go bend forward? Do you see my bend? Where is the bend coming from? It is coming from here. This is the place where the bend comes. Where? The pelvis. See, the spinal column is joining in the pelvis here. That's where, so I push the hip and fly like a bird. Chin is not like this. So many people, they bend like this. What is the use of that bending? There is no such bending only, forward bending. So mind has to work. The mind should think, my bend has to be lead with the navel, then chest, then head. Don't bring head first. So even when you do Chandra Namaskar, bending back like this, and then see, stomach is coming, head is not coming, head is not coming, head is not coming, head is not coming. Stomach came, chest came, then head came. So what is the first thing that touches my leg? Pet. पहले पेट touch करेगा, stomach touch करेगा, then the chest will touch. Finally, the head will touch. Very, 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 very important point. So how this presence of mind will come? Only when you know, this is the way to do that. So try to get that style. Lead with the navel, dive like a bird. Last moment mein hai. Okay. So I think more of you have to improve this forward bending. I don't want to name anybody, but okay. 1 point. Then another important point is coming up from the ground and rising up. Now, where is Kriti? Are you available? If you came online, please speak out so that I can hear you. Otherwise, there's no point in explaining. Okay. Now, while coming up, also head has to come last. The chest will lead with the heart, follow with the head, like that. So from here, see, I am in low plank, like this. From here, when I come up, I slip the toe. When I come up, the chin and chest will come together. Look at my chin and chest. Like this it will come. And then I open my head. Did you observe that how I came up? I came up with the chest. It is like I have shown in the last video also. The chest will come up first and then the head will come back. You've seen cobra, how the cobra lift. Like this it will lift and it will open up the hood. Right? Cobra will not lift the head and then go back. So cobra will lift like this and then open up the hood for biting. Like that. So when I come up, chin and chest will come together. And finally the chin will separate. Like this. Now when I come up, see, split the toe, chin and chest will come up like that. Then open up the leg, head like this. Okay, important point. So come like wave when you come up. Another important point. Then, where is Ananya? Are you there online? I saw your name. Vaishnavi's name is there. Are you there on the line? Anybody, Vaishnavi or Ananya? If yes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now, another thing. It's an important correction. I think Ananya does this. So when you bend your body, go down, don't take your elbow sideways. Don't spread it like this. When you go down, keep the elbow close to the body. Like that. You don't have to squeeze it into the body. Neither you have to spread it. Keep it on the side edge like that. It has to slide on the side of the body. The elbow will bend back and bend. See, elbow is a pivot joint. Elbow is a pivot here. See here, if I hold, I can move like this. I cannot take it like this. This rotation happens shoulder. So if you do spreading, I mean, on elbow like this while going down, it will damage your elbow. Okay. So from here, when you go down, don't spread, don't go like this. Keep it close to the body and then go down. Okay, it's very important. Otherwise, after some time, you'll start getting complaint of the elbow joint. So when you go down, keep the elbow close to body and go down. Like that. And while coming up also, use the strength of the muscles of the arm. Avoid using the bones. So push the ground and straighten your elbow. In Adho Mukha Svanasana, when you stay in that mountain position, like this when you stay, keep the elbow straight. Don't bend it like this, and don't bend it inward also. Don't bend it inward, outward, don't do that. Straight and push, like that, in that mountain position. Okay, I hope I'm clear. Any doubts, Ananya and Vaishnavi, any doubts on that?
No, sir.
Okay. Another thing is, both of you, little more, it's okay, because children age, it will be little, strength issue will be there, don't worry. But I want little more stability, like when you do Sarvangasana and all. When you do Sarvangasana, Halasana, all those things, even if you had this height, this is also fine. So try to maintain this position without shaking, all these things. This is all you have to stop. You just have to maintain the position, whatever you can do. You may not be able to reach the ground, it's okay. If I can reach this only, stay there and breathe. See, I am not able to reach the ground now. I am maintaining this position without shaking. I am using the hand support, back support. I am trying to stabilize here instead of falling back and struggling. Okay, so try to maintain good stability. You have improved a lot, no problem, but keep on working on that. How to improve those things. Any doubt on Surya Namaskar, Ashtanga A and Chandra Namaskar? Anybody? So that I can explain. Otherwise, I will go to the asana practices of the month. Okay, done. So I go to asanas. Which are the asanas this month? There are Trikona, Parivarta Trikona, then Ardha Kati Chakrasana, Ardha Chakrasana, Malasana. 5 asanas in standing position. So I was facing this side and practicing. Now always, now next one is Udhyana Agnisara. So before that we do eye rotation. So opening the eyes far away, rotate the eyes. 1, rotate your eyes, all of you. 2, 3, after Surya Namaskara we do this, you remember? 4, 5, opposite side. 1, 2, avoid distractions. Children, 3, 4, full mind on the eye rotation. 5. Then after 5 rounds, release the hands, catch the waist. Inhale, look at the nose. Exhale, look front. 1 point. Inhale, nose. Exhale, wall. Inhale, nose. Exhale, wall. 1 point. Inhale, nose. Exhale, wall. 1 more. Inhale, nose. Stay for some time. 1, normal breath. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, look at 1 point. 1, 2, Ekagra Drishti. 3, 1 point gaze. 4, steady gaze. 5, release your drishti. Now, bend the knees. So some of you are new, like I think Nalini and all. Nalini, Suzanne, I don't know whether Suzanne is there today. So this practice, I don't think you have done. So this may be new to you, Nalini and all. So the legs are apart, okay? The knees are slightly bent, like this, little bent. And the hands are on the knee. Chin is close to chest. elbow is close to the ear. So now I'm showing the wrong positions. See, this is wrong. Did you see this? I pushed and lifted the head up. That should not be done. Keep the head, body close to the shoulder, shoulder close to the ears and chin on chest. Like that. Shuffle the shoulders and little lengthen the back when you do Dhyana Agnisara. Now inhale once. Exhale through the mouth like blowing a candle. Pull the stomach inside, hold it. So how much time? Approximately 12 to 15 seconds. You have to hold your breath, pulling the stomach inside. Now the knees were bent. Now I straighten the knees. Both the knees, I made it straight. Now I'll do the same with the knee straight. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Pull the stomach. See, I was holding the breath for about 12 to 15 seconds. So I completed 2 rounds. Now again I bend the knee. Here some of you like Ranajoy and all. आप वो खत्म होने के बाद इमीडिएटली आपका पैर ऐसे आ रहा है, वो मत कीजिए. कभी भी पैर आएगा नहीं उसमें. It will be, the leg will be away from each other like that. Okay, when you do this practice. Then Agnisara Kriya. Inhale. Exhale. Start pumping stomach. Look at the stomach. You saw the stomach was getting pumped but without breathing. So that's called Agnisara Kriya. Then with the knee straight, I will repeat the same practice once more. Inhale. Throw the breath. Pumping. See, I was not breathing till now. I was only pumping. Then the last one, I will bend the knee. Repeat the first and stand up. Inhale. Through the mouth, exhale. How to exhale? Like blowing a candle. Stomach pull and stand up. Inhale में पेट बाहर आ गया. Exhale में हाथ नीचे आ गया. Like that. Okay, to Samasthiti. Any doubts on eye rotation, Udhyana, Agnisara? Anybody any doubts? Please ask. So all these things I was doing facing the front of the mat. And did you observe after each round of Surya Namaskar, Namaskar, I reached back here. Some of you like Sanchali and all, एक round, 2 round के बाद पीछे आ रहा है. So try, no drifting should be there. You have to come back in the same location. जहाँ पे आपने start किया, wherever you started from, you have to reach back in the same location for the next round. So avoid drifting towards the back. From here, turn left, go to left. So I turned left and came to my left. So I came to Samasthiti. Trikonasana, Parivarta Trikonasana. 8 steps each side. Ekam, inhale, right leg out, 3 feet catch the waist. Approximately 3 to 4 feet. Should be around 3-4 feet, depending on the height. On the exhalation, I turn the right foot and look right. Did I turn the shoulder? No. मैंने shoulder turn नहीं किया. My leg was here. I turned the right foot and looked right. To the right. Now that was the exhalation. Now inhale, spread the arms or open the arms in the line of my legs. That is the third step. On the exhalation, I have to bend sideways. Bring the hand behind the leg and look up at the other hand. Then 3 breaths here. One. See the depth of the breath? This is where people make mistake. They don't effortfully, consciously breathe. 3 breaths are over. Tail of exhale, I have to look down. Then pancha, inhale, come up gradually. Looking at the hand. Shat, exhale, turn forward. 3 inhale, turn to the other side. So did you observe any unwanted things I did? Nothing. And then exhale. How did I go? I did not go like this. See, I'll tell you why the body moves fast. Simple logic. 2 reasons are there, as per my knowledge. One is that I don't know the step. So what I will do, I will wait for the teacher to tell. Then I will wait for the instruction to complete. By the time instruction is over, already those who know the practice, they have reached there. Because they know the step, no? So if you don't know what will happen, you will wait. Instruction will finish, then you will start acting. By the time you have very less time to reach there. So what will happen? You will shoot. That is one reason. You suddenly reach there. So there is no time to breathe only. So the first reason for unwanted speed of action or too much slow is because we are not aware. The second reason is the breathing is fast. If the breath is fast, then also we will move fast. Quite normal. So you have to cut down both the things. First thing is you should know what is to be done. That is why all these classes you have to attend. Second thing is you have to slow down your breath. Now I'm going to show you this asana once again. Observe how I move and how I synchronize the movement. Because I know what are the steps, it's very easy for me. See, you can hear my breath now. Whoever is there in my family, all of them can hear my sound of breathing. Because that consciousness is there on the breathing. Now I will not talk. I will only do and see how I move and how I synchronize the breathing. Exhale is over. Now I will not talk. One. Two. Three. Pancha. Shat. Trini. Chatwari. Similarly, 3 breaths here. After 3 breaths, I look down, tail of exhalation. Now inhale, I come up. Looking at the same hand. Exhale, turn. Look to front. Now inhale, turn to the other side. The first side. See the back leg also turn. On the exhalation, see how I windmilling the arms. It's called windmilling the arms in Trikonasana. So it is not like this. So the arms will go in the plane of the body. Did you observe how the arms went? How many of you observed that? See, the hand was like this, right? So there are two ways to take it. Either take it sideways and go like this, or take it in the arm, in the plane of the legs only, or the body. So here, that's called windmill the arms. Similarly, while coming up also, inhale, windmill the arms. Exhale. Inhale to the other side. Turning. Now again, windmill. Like that. Parivarta Trikonasana. Twisted triangle. After finishing 3 breaths, windmill the arms and come up. Look at the same side. Then exhale. Inhale, catch the waist, reduce the distance between the legs. Exhale, turn and jump to the front. How did I do that? Did you observe? I was here, so I know how to jump now. So I jump and turn. At the same time, I come to sthiti like that. That's how you have to practice. Okay. Trikonasana, Parivarta Trikonasana. Any doubts on Trikona, Parivarta Trikona? Anybody can ask. Otherwise, I will go to the next one.
The trembling of leg during Parivarta Trikonasana, is it because of any issues, or is it because of, say, a stiff leg or something like that?
Your knees are bending?
No, knees are not bending. But I feel there is a little bit of trembling happening.
That is mostly because of the strength, little strength issue on the legs, or maybe the stretch is little more than the, what you are able to do. It should go with time. Other thing is you can keep the bricks. With the bricks, how you keep still getting that trembling action?
Did not try with bricks, sir. I was doing only with the palm down on the ground. I'll try with bricks today to see if the problem.
Generally with bricks, because you will reach the brick easier, like this, you'll get a grip there, and you can actually get a little more. So when you get that push on the ground, you can. So something is required on the ground to push the twist in the body. So all the 3 positions you can try. You can try this or even this. All the 3 positions. This is very easy. You'll be able to easily twist like that. But little careful, because the brick may fall if you keep it vertical. So you can keep either like this or like this, so that you'll get the height. Just try, it may be better.
Sure, sir, I'll do that.
Okay, so that was triangle, twisted triangle. Then the third one is Ardha Kati Chakrasana. So the side bending asana. I'll start with the left arm. Ekam inhale, left arm. So actually till here the palm will be facing down. Then here the palm will face up. On the exhalation, bend to the other side. So did you observe, from here I move the hip to the other side so that I can see the hip. Did you observe that I took this hip outward? Why? Because I want to equalize the weight both the sides. See, when I'm taking my weight this side, something has to go this side. Otherwise I will follow. So more than bending this side, try to push the hip to the other side. This is what with experience I realized, because unknowingly I was pushing it, and that gives me little nice stretch on the side of the body. So try to push the hip to the other side when you bend to this side. So like. So try to get this hip movement to the other side when you bend to this side, like that. And don't lean front. So this is another common mistake. We tend to bend forward like this. When you do this, the effect of the asana is lost. So try to keep the shoulders in the same line and get the stretch on this side of the body. All the ribs should be opening up. वहाँ पे खुलना चाहिए side में. Are we opening these sides? That will improve our lung capacity also. Because the ribs will open, no? The muscles between the ribs, the intercostal muscles, all of them will expand. And it will help us to improve the breath when you do all these asanas. See, I'm getting a nice stretch on the side of the waist now. And finishing 3. And here you are supposed to breathe long. If you breathe shallow like this, see. Now, how will I improve the lungs? It will not improve. Because I'm feeling air here only, upper lungs only. Whereas when I do like this, now I am inhaling. Hear the breath. One. Full inhalation. 2. Now inhale, come on. Fill the lungs. 2 Samasti. Did you observe the importance of the refinement that you have to bring on the breath? In that stretched position, we are expanding the lungs to the deepest capacity and emptying the lungs to the minimum capacity. So that expansion and contraction of the lungs, the ribs, everything will help us to improve our systems. So please ensure the only way to penetrate the asana to the fullest extent to the entire body and mind is to slow, deep, complete breathing with regulated control on the throat. So please realize that importance. So I have completed Ardha Kati Chakrasana. There are 2 more asanas there. The next asana is Ardha Chandrasana, half moon posture. So I'm going to show that now, and then we do Malasana and sit. So I inhale, take the arms over the head. But this time parallel to each other. Exhale, bend forward. Again leading with the navel and finally keeping the hand on the mat. Now I'm showing the left leg so that you can see that. After exhaling, now inhale, take the left leg back and up. Lift it up. Now exhale here. Now inhale, take the left hand sideways up. That completes the asana. On the first inhalation, I have to look up. Try to look at that hand. So I'm trying to balance here. 2. Lift it up maximum. 3. Exhale, hand down, leg down. Then inhale, stand up. Exhale, hands down. So what I did is on one side, that's called Ardha Chandrasana. So there are 1 or 2 important things here. Let me say one important thing is the placement of the hand. So when you keep the hand, it should not be in line with the leg. And both the directions, it should be diagonally kept. So when you keep your hand, it should be diagonal. See? Did you see the position of the hand? My leg is here, hand is here. So it's like a diagonal. So don't keep your hand in line with the leg. Similarly, in front. So not here, not here. Imagine I make a square. So take a diagonal. So I keep the hand diagonally there. You can see. There is a distance both ways, horizontally and x-axis, y-axis. I go corner, take it on the corner. Now when I do like this, easily I can balance. You saw this. If I keep it here, I will not get balance. Similarly, if I keep it here, then also I will not get balance. I hope I'm able to explain properly. So I keep it diagonally. Here also you can use a brick like this. You can use a brick to do Ardha Chandra. All this is fine. You can keep all the 3 heights. If you don't have a brick, you can keep a small, what do you call bathroom chair and all we use, no? In bathroom and all we have a small chair. like a round shape or something, or square shape. You can use that also, or some simple box, something which will not slip. You should not slip, something like that. Or in Amazon and all, these days bricks are available. Within 2-3 days you will get it. It costs, I think, some 200-300 rupees or per brick. So you can purchase and use it. If you don't have a brick, try to keep your hand on the some other raised surface. If you are able to bend properly, you can keep it on the mat. So that is the important point of this asana, which is called half moon posture, Ardha Chandra asana. Did you observe that diagonal placement? That is one important point. Then after this asana, then we go to Malasana. Ekam, inhale, spread the feet. Almost shoulder distance, catch your waist. Dvi, exhale, sit and do Namaskar Mudra. That's all. That's called Malasana. So I push the hand against each other and use the elbow on the knee. So the elbow will be just inside the knee and straighten the back. It's a good asana for straightening the back. And it opens up the lower part of the backbone. It opens up the pelvic joint, and it also stretches the backbone. Pushing, so you don't sit like this. You saw the difference? So all this comes with your own intelligence. So try to push the palm against each other and straighten the back using that force. Both the heels are on the mat, toes are on the mat. Some of you may find it tough. In that case, you can use brick like this and sit on that. You can see how I did it, so that you are able to sit properly. And gradually, once you find, yes, I am able to sit without any brick support, you can remove it and sit with your own feet. And open up your chest, press the palm and straighten the back, Malasana. 3 breaths in the position. Then inhale, keep the hand back. And exhale, release the legs. Keep your hands back. So that's the standing. Any doubts on standing asanas? Anybody? Any suggestions? That also is fine. So that completes all the standing asanas. Then we come to sitting asanas. Whatever possible, we will be covering. Okay. Sitting asanas, what is the first one? Baddha Konasana, bound angle posture. Samasthiti. Ekam, inhale, fold both the legs to the groin. Catching the toe, start butterfly. Did you observe the breathing that I am making? Deep and slow. Even now the butterfly is going on. 2 breaths are over. Now I have to stop the butterfly and start bending front. So what did I bring down? I did not bring the head. I brought the navel first. And what did I do with the feet? Did you observe the feet? मैंने feet को ऊपर की तरफ खोल दिया. I opened the feet upwards and kept it facing the chest. It was like this. You remember? See? It was like this. It was closed. इसको मैंने खोल दिया. I opened the feet upward, ऊपर की तरफ. Then I brought my navel first. See, I'm looking in front of me. There is a window. I'm looking there to horizon, sunset point. I'm not looking down. See the importance of keeping the chin forward. I'm spending time on all this so that you get these principles right. That was an inhalation. I came a little more down. Now I brought my stomach closer. Then again I'm taking an inhalation. See the importance that I'm giving to gradual progression. I traveled a little more down. How many breaths are over? 3 breath खत्म हो गया. अभी चौथा आने वाला है. That's the fourth inhalation. 4 exhales, 4 breaths are totally complete. One more is pending. Full quality breathing. Last exhale, I'll drop the head. Then, pancha, I have to inhale and sit up. Fully, I inflated my lungs and sat. Then I exhale here. Exhale is over. During that exhalation, I catch the toe. Actually, the same, no, I told you the technique of 2 fingers catching. Same technique you have to use. Now I am going to do Merudandasana. I'm just adjusting so that I don't get stuck with the ball. Now careful, okay, don't fall back. Inhaling, I lift both the legs in front of me. Well, that's called Merudandasana. Did you observe? I opened the legs in front. I did not lean back. Then looked up. Everybody try. I'm balancing on the sit board. 2 breaths are over. I'm not using wall support. I'm just using the sit board balancing. 3 breaths are over. Now exhaling, I have to fold the legs. Inhaling, release it in front. Then exhale. So did you observe how I did that? So I'm going to show you here. And show you'll see the difference how what it makes. So when you lift your leg up, don't do like this. Now see, I am rounding the back. This is not the way to do the asana. Here the back will start paining. So what I have to do is, I have to lift the legs in front, keeping the back opened chest, like this. You see that difference between the two? I am not rounding the back like this. This is wrong. This will only create problems for you. It will only bulge the lower back and increase the problems on the lower back. So when you open up, try to keep the chest open and then lift the legs in front of you without changing the back position, like that. Opening up the chest. Okay? So that is called Merudandasana. Merudand means spine in Sanskrit. So those are the 2 asanas. If you cannot do that much, don't worry. Some of you new people, don't get frightened by seeing all these things. It is all very easy asanas. The only thing is you are seeing it for the first time. So don't be frightened. You can do this much also. See, instead of folding, opening up, this is also fine. See, a person of 100 years also can do yoga. So don't worry. So whatever I can do, that is yoga for me. Whatever you can do, that is yoga for you. There is no reason to compare yourself with myself or myself with the third person. No reason at all. Whatever you do, that is more than enough. If you are in your own control, your own stability, that itself is more than enough. So what did I do now? How did I modify the asana? I just lifted the leg up. This is all enough for me. I don't have to do anything further. Merudandasana is over. Then I exhale and come back. Okay. Then release. So that is called Merudandasana. Go back to mat. Tanmay, first what you have to learn, Tanmay, is to go back and sit properly. You should not, no commenting. No, what is that? Chat. Chat is not for you. Your job is to practice. Don't come to camera and all. I'm telling you again. If you do it again, I'll disconnect you. That's all. No chatting. Okay, thank you. All this is not there. Whatever you can do, you do. That's all. Now we did 2 asanas. What is the complementary asana to this?
It's really clear. A small thing, sir. When you did that Baddha Konasana, just tell them that they need to keep the elbow on the thighs and then push it down. The people are bringing it front.
So yeah, this is another common mistake. So like Sridhar told, what did he say? He pushed the elbow. He said you push it here, not here. When you do like this, the effect is lost. The pressure, the force on the opening of the thighs will not come. So you have to keep the elbow on the thigh, on the thigh, not in front of the thigh like this. If you do this, also you'll get a back problem. Because the entire force will come on the lower back. It will not come on the opening.
And
See,
pelvic not open.
Yeah, the groins will not open. If you do this asana without groin opening, it will affect the lower back because the entire action will come here. See, keeping like this. And now what will happen? See, my lower back is paining. My knees are above. And you can see the lower back is rounding. If you do like this, what will happen? All this L section, L1, L3, L, all these things will damage. So effort is to do this way, this way. So you have to push, as Sridhar said, you have to push the elbow on the thigh, on the thigh. Open up the thigh, open up the groin as much as possible. Don't go beyond that position. This is fine for me. You can stay in this position for 6 months also, no problem. After 6 months, you may come like this. Then another 6 months, you may come like this. 6 months, I am telling. I mean what I say. Sometimes it may take 5 years to reach the ground. That is yoga. 5 साल लगेगा, चलेगा, कोई problem नहीं है. So keep on opening the thigh, using the elbow. Push it, push it, push it, push it. Lead your navel, lead your chest, lead your chin. ऐसे ऐसे जाके 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 like that you have to reach. Don't try to reach like this. You will not reach. It will only hurt your back. Very important point, Sridhar. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
So those three asanas. Then what is the complementary asana for that? It is Supta Vajrasana. So from Samasthiti, Tanmay, what did I say? I'm disconnecting you. I told you not to come here. When you can listen to me, that time you don't join the class. I'm disconnecting you. When you're ready, you come back. The moment you can start listening to me, you can join the class. So from Samasthiti, back straight. Ekam, inhale, fold the legs to one side. See, I folded to the left side now. On the exhalation, sit in Vajrasana. See how I synchronize my breathing also there. Now I take 2 breaths here. Start inhalation. Exhalation. 1. Again inhale. Exhale. 1 more inhale I will take. Now while exhaling, I have to lie back and keep the elbow down. Only elbow. See, I kept the elbow. I am looking forward. That one was exhalation. Now I take an inhale here. And when I exhale, I put the head down or the shoulder down. I will put only the head today. Like that. So your asana is over. It's a very simple asana. Try to do this much is also enough. Now I breathe 3 breaths here. One, like that, 2 more breaths. Two breaths are over. Now, using the elbow, I inhale and sit up. Then exhale, hands in Dhyana Mudra. Now inhale, sit to one side. Exhale, release the legs. Come to Samasthiti. Then relax. So what is the asana which I did? Supta Vajrasana. Supta means sleeping. Vajra means thunderbolt. It's not a very difficult one. Even if you cannot do that much, what you can do is you can just keep your hand back, and this is also fine. You can do this much also. Gradually, after 2-3 weeks, you can keep the hands back, and finally try to keep the elbow. This much also is fine. I'm okay with even this position. And when you think that you can put the head down, you can try to put the head like this. Third option. Finally, if you find that head is easy, try to keep the shoulder down. And seniors can take the arms over the head also, like this. All these are options. It's okay. So like this, This is also fine. This is also fine. All the 4 options are there. Any of that. So I showed you beginner can do like this. Gradually you can put it like this. Then put your head, then shoulder, then lie down. All these 5 steps you can gradually do. That's called sleeping Vajrasana. Then sit to one side, inhalation, exhaling, release the legs. Now next 2 asanas, Bharadwajasana and Gomukhasana. Samasthiti. Ekam, inhale, I will show this side. Inhale, fold both the legs to one side. I'm showing to the. Now here some people are not keeping the leg properly. How to keep the leg? See this. I hope you can see that. See, this foot is facing that side and the top leg foot is facing back side. So this shin bone will be lying perpendicular to the other foot. This is how you have to keep the legs in Bharadwajasana. You can see. I hope there is not much light is not there. Yeah. And see this feet is like this and the other shin bone will rest on the foot. It will make a plus sign. It will look like a plus sign. Okay, and then I have to twist to the other side. Now twisting, I will show you this side. So I inhale, fold the legs on one side. When I exhale, I twist the body to the back, towards the other direction. Like that. Without much leaning, I look. So here, I bulge the chest and twist the body using this hand below the other knee. So the right hand is below the left knee and opening to the back. So that's called Bharadwajasana. Both the legs are on one side and the twisting is to the other side. Yeah, that's good, Nalini. I think you're correct there. Yeah. So that's called Bharadwajasana. Bharadwaja is father of Dronacharya. Then inhale, look forward. Exhale, release the legs. To Samasthiti. Then do the same on the other side also. That's called Bharadwajasana. Then what is the last sitting asana? Is Gomukhasana. So that's called cow face posture. Now, Ekam, inhale, fold your first leg. You can start with your left leg, fold it below the right knee. On the exhalation, fold the other leg in the opposite direction. So just see how I do it. Do you see? Both the knees will come one over the other, like this. It will be like cross. One leg will be below, other leg will be above. So trying to keep both the knees on same line as much as possible. Now, whichever leg you fold at first, which is at the bottom, that hand will be taken up and the other hand will go from the bottom and try to hook the fingers at the back. So the one hand will be on the top, other hand will be on the bottom. So that's called Gomukhasana. So just look at my back. I will show you the back view now. Same asana. So Ekam is inhale, Do is exhale. Then this is inhaling, the arm up and the bottom arm from the down. Try to hook the fingers like this. So it may not reach some of you. It may be like this, no problem. It's okay. Just try to touch whatever possible and maintain. So gradually, with time passing by, you will be able to touch the fingers at the back. It may not come in the beginning. So don't worry. Whatever possible, you have to do. That's all. So that's called Gomukhasana or the cow face posture. So that completes all the sitting postures. We did, I think, 4 of them. Any clarifications on any of these asanas which we did till now?
2 questions. First one is on Bharadwajasana.
Yeah.
Can you show how you do the next level, that is the advanced level?
Yes.
Is it okay? Can we do that in our intermediate class?
Yeah, you can do it.
Second one is Gomukhasana. When I try to do my feet, like how yours is lying flat on the floor, mine actually tends to lift up actually. And I'm not getting that complete posture actually. Sometimes I tend to bend. Sometimes my back is not erect. The posture is not complete actually.
I think that is mostly due to the little flexibility issue on the the hips and the joints of the legs because of that crisscross of the feet. Because when you're sitting, here it is easy to catch it. Here it will be easier when you're sitting playing, and maybe the shoulders are also a little stiff. Your shoulder is not going fully extending to the back. I think that will come with with time passing by, because as long as the process is right, don't worry much about that. I think gradually you will get there, because there will be some difficulty because a lot of twists are happening. I mean, lot of, because one leg is there, other leg is crossed. Already there is no little this one, and then you take the full hand, the full extension of the shoulder is required. So all this may be putting some limits on the movements. So don't worry, with the expansion of your shoulders and joints, it will improve. That should not be a cause of worry. Okay. The other one is that the second level of Bharadwajasana, what you asked is you have to catch the bicep with the other hand. So for example, so I inhale, and so here folding is an inhalation. Now with an exhalation, I have to catch this bicep with the other hand. So I think I have to show you the other side. Then only it will be with you. Okay. So here I fold it to one side. With a swing, I have to take the outer hand and catch the bicep. You saw that bicep? So this is the left hand bicep. I catch it with the right hand. This is an exhalation. Now inhaling, I have to now insert this hand below the other knee. Inhalation. So try to straighten this elbow, catching that bicep. On the exhalation, twist to the back. So the same asana will be done with this bicep catch. So that's how I can show it on the other side also. Here you come, inhale. Do we exhale, bicep catch. Trini, inhale, insert this hand below the knee. On the exhalation, twist to the back. So you may not get full time because by the time others may have reached. So the same asana, you can take little 1 or 2 less breaths. So that is level 2 of Bharadwajasana.
Is it mandatory to catch the bicep, or can I touch the bicep?
Just touch initially, but you'll not get the grip. So as much as possible, get the grip there. If you don't get the grip, you may not be able to get that proper twist. You may lean back. So try to swing this hand, swing it and take this hand also back and catch the bicep. Then you walk this hand, you walk it through the thigh and bring it below the knee. It may not reach suddenly. So just walk it like this and bring it below the knee. Then exhale and twist. Like that. That's how you do it. Yep. Any other questions on till what we did now? So that completed all those sitting asanas. Then we go to the lying down asanas. Sarvan, so I'll show you the full sequence. Then we'll break for questions. We'll not spend much time. So what do we do first? Urdhva Prasarita. First 30, 60, 90 we take it again. I'm not spending much time. Both legs will come 30, then 60, then 90 will come. And finally, both the legs 30 degree will come. I think even Nalini and all are doing this in your class. So I now come directly to 90. So when you bring this leg up, try to bring it together. Don't bring it like this, like some people are doing this. So when you do that, you are actually not using your muscles. The stomach muscles, back muscles will not get active. So as much as possible, especially children, you are not lifting the legs, some of you. So try to bring it together using the strength of your back and your stomach. It's possible, you just have to try a little. That's all. And see the toes are pointed upwards, not like this. Toes are upwards. Then exhale, hands down. Gracefully. Then with a swing, inhale, go to Sarvangasana. Right there. Maximum straightness day by day. So how to do the straightness? If you do like this, you will not get straightness. See, I'm keeping the hand on buttocks. So it's too high. The support of the hand is too high. So try to make it as low as possible, like that. Then you will get good straightness in Sarvangasana. Then Ardha Halasana. From there, I take one leg down. One leg down Halasana. With an inhale, I come back. Exhale, take the other. 2 breaths in position. Then inhale, come back. Then exhale, take both. Interlock the hands and slow breathing. After 3 breaths, inhale, come up. And exhale, split the legs there. So I'm supposed to do a V shape. So I'm showing in this direction for you. Here, make a V shape. That is Samakonasana in Sarvangasana. Maximum V shape. Inhaling, come back. Exhaling, hips on the mat. Slowly. From there, inhale, take the arms sideways. Supta Garudasana position. I don't have space here. Exhale, bend the legs, keep the leg on the mat. Feet on the mat. Then, inhaling, tie the right leg over the left leg. From the top, नीचे से नहीं ऊपर से, inhalation. तो मैंने क्या किया, उसको लॉक किया, देखो एक के नीचे इसको ऊपर से, I took it above the leg and locked it below the calf. You got it? I locked it below the calf. If it doesn't lock, no problem, just cross it. On the exhalation, I tilt the knees to the side. And look to the other side. So that's called the sleeping eagle posture. Then finishing 3 breaths there, I inhale, come back. Exhale, unlock. Then do the same on the other side. I'm not showing that. After coming back from the other side, inhaling, leg comes down. Exhaling, hands come down. Good, nice. From there, I go to back bending. Setu Bandha. Inhale, arms over the head. Exhale, keep the legs straight. Inhale, bend the legs, keep them shoulder distance. Exhale, catch the ankle. Inhale, lift the hips up. Bridge. One more breath. After 3 breaths, change the hand position. And go to V posture. Rise up. One more breath. Look deeper. Exhale, come down. Inhale, legs straight. Exhale, hands down. Shavasana. Pavanamuktasana. Inhale, legs together. Exhale, hands close to body. Inhale, bend the left leg. Exhale, chin up. Inhaling. One, two, three. Inhale, head down. Exhale. I'm not showing the other side. I'm going to turn around. Then inhale, stretch the arms. Exhale, point the toe. Inhale, rise up, Navakasana. Exhale. Inhale, fold to Makarasana. Relax. Keep the head on both the sides also. Then keep the palm by the chest. Inhalation. Join the legs, exhalation. Inhale, come to cat position. Exhale and turn. Now inhale, keep the knees together, feet together, standing toe. Now Ardha Shirshasana. Exhale, keep the elbow, very important step, close to the knee. It's not here. All are there, Saksham and all. You're keeping the hand in front. So try to keep it close to the knee. Like that. Inhalation, sorry, exhalation. Now inhale, interlock your fingers. So the distance between the knee to elbow is very less. Now exhale, put the head down. Now when you lift your knees, your buttocks will come above the head. So that balancing on the head. More weight on the front. Try to look the nose. Now keep the heel up. Don't keep the heel down like this. Take the heel forward. After 5 breaths, exhale, knee down. Take an inhale here. Exhale, relax. Balasana. After some time, inhale and sit up. Exhale, interlock the finger. Inhale, lift the arms. Then 3 breaths there. After 3 breaths, exhale, hands down. To Samasthiti. We are already reaching another just 2 minutes. So that finishes all the asanas. So in pranayama, what we do, I'll just talk about Kapalabhati, stomach breathing. So when you are doing the Kapalabhati, exhalation, the stomach has to go in. So just observe the stomach, okay? Let's put an angle so they can see. I'm not pushing the hands. Stomach is going inside. So while exhaling, the stomach has to go in. Don't make the mistake of doing the opposite of that. It should not happen that while inhaling, the stomach goes in. That is wrong. So there is no such pranayama. In this pranayama, when you're exhaling, the stomach has to go in. So like that. That's called Kapalabhati pranayama. And what is the other pranayama that we do? That is pratiloma pranayama. So that's a mix of throat breathing and nasal breathing, in which the inhalations are done with nose control, pratiloma, while exhaling, throat control. Then hold the breath for a while. Then again, inhaling with the nose control. Hold the breath for a while. Exhaling, throat control. So all the inhalations are with alternate nostrils, whereas all the exhalations are with both the nostrils but with your throat. The mouth is never open. That is pratiloma pranayama. And what are the last two things? We do omkara, like like that. It will be done in that's called Nada Anusandhana Pranayama. And then finally we lie down in Shavasana position. And how do we do that? It's called IRT, instant relaxation technique, where the full body is tightened first, pointing the toe, calf muscle, knees, thighs, everything tight, buttocks tight, arms tight, making a fist, everything you tighten first. Then deeply inhale, hold the breath, full body tight, then exhale, release. That's called instant relaxation. That we do in the end. Then we take the one arm, right arm over the head, bend the other leg, turn to the right, take 2 breaths there, then press the hand, inhale and sit up and do the closing prayer. So that completes the sequence. I think we are already, time is up. So I hope whatever I could cover in the 1 hour 45 minutes I have covered.